All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call. So let's give it a few minutes here. Let me know where you're coming in from. And we are going to be reviewing. In fact, let me put this link. If you go to listingstoleads.com/listings, that will take you to the jump page for all the different statuses that we're going to be covering today. So we're looking at things like the coming soons, just listeds, actives, even open houses. We're not going to be covering open house specifically today, but that's a part of this as well, obviously, in marketing that listing. These could be your listings. These could be borrowed listings. It's not like a deal of the week. When we borrow a listing to market, I want you to be thinking about the meat of the market, right? What is that part of the market that has the most transactions? So there might be weeks even where you have a listing and it's still on the market, and you might want to consider finding another listing to market to, just put your name with. All right, that makes sense. So listingstoleads.com/listings. You're going to see we've got coming soon, just listed, active, or open house. So each one of these is broken out. So if I click on just listed, for example, it'll take me to a specific page for all the just listed. And then we got the same again for coming soon. That would have taken you to a coming soon page. And there's a video. And this is going to walk through all the activities on the green market listing button inside of Listings to Leads. So this is a nice write-up. If you haven't seen this before, you might want to take a look at it. I just go through and I kind of walk you through the Facebook and Instagram ads, what to be looking at, what to be thinking about, making sure we automate a follow-up. But we'll walk through all of this in the call today. Phone scripts. Boy, I'm telling you, if you do not have the AI text follow-up connected to your Listings to Leads account, or if you don't have one yourself, I am going to highly recommend it. People I know using it are getting really great results. So the AI text will initiate with the lead almost instantaneously, and the agent will still do the follow-up like normal, but they're finding that they are touching base and getting a hold of people so much easier. I mean, it's just really cool. And I'll show that to you in the account as well. Talk about social media posting. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, these are great. And we got some really nice examples here that we'll come back and take a look at. And tools for the seller, one of the best audiences out there. So if you're a listing agent, this is a tool that every time your listing changes status, there will be an email, an e-flyer, and a social media post that the seller can share promoting the listing to the people that they know. We got a great call script into the seller on this. This is really powerful that you want to make sure that you're doing. And the nearby homeowner letter. We got postcards, we got door hangers, but I'm telling you, the nearby homeowner letter. One of our clients came in the mastermind group maybe about a month or two ago, and she said that she gets listings from that regularly. So circle prospecting scripts. So this whole list, we'll come back to this a little bit later, but get yourself over to Listings to Leads. If you want, we can do some of this together. So let me know, do you have a listing that you're going to market this week? And again, it could be your listing or it could be a borrowed listing, so that we are staying. So great Facebook ads, good engagement on social media that we'll be looking at, communication with our database. And if you're doing an open house, you'll even get so much more from it, obviously. All right, give me a second here. StreamYard is, all right. So in Listings to Leads, I'm going to go to Listings. And if you need help getting a listing into your account, let our support team know. And what we're looking at today, again, is like the coming soons, just listed, actives, open houses, yours or borrowed. So we've got an ad listing manual if you need to. but put in the zip code, MLS ID number, and either we'll pull it or have it pulled for you. Or you hopefully, if they're your listings, that they're coming in from the MLS. So I've got my listing here. I'm going to do my just listed. I'm going to click the green market listing button. And from here, we're in the overview. And all we're going to do is work our way down. And as we go down this list, we're going to have more marketing, more lead generation, more branding. Very easy to do. We can access that step-by-step guide right here in the overview. We've got a printable checklist that you can download. And I always get a crack up that people, every so often, somebody comes over and they say that they really enjoy this. So I think especially if you're newer, to be able to print this up, make sure that you don't miss any of it. And then here, if I click step-by-step guide, learn more, that's going to take us right back to the page that we were at earlier. So this is, again, that write-up of me walking you through all the tools in here. So first item is a Facebook and Instagram ad. I was checking the stats yesterday, and they're coming in between averaging between $3.11 to about $3.50 in that range. Some as low as 61 cents. Obviously, can go higher. When we run a Facebook ad, there's a couple of things I want to point out. And one is it's going to default the location. I mean, we bring the entire Facebook API into Listings to Leads. And I'm telling you, when this is paired with the AI text and our email follow-up, now you can send this to whatever CRM that you want to, right? Neil, I'll be making a new borrowed listing today. Awesome. Good. So if you're going to send it to your CRM, you can totally do that. So if you're sending it to Lofty, Bold, whatever it is, you got everything set up in there for the follow-up. Perfect. If not, we've got the email follow-up. We got the AI text follow-up. Leads can sit in your Listings to Leads account, and you can manage them very effectively within our program. So if you don't have a CRM connected or you don't have one, you can, I'm telling you, the AI text follow-up is just so amazing. So we're going to default location, radius of 15. We got a lifetime budget of 35. You want to be spending about $125, $150 a week on like these kind of ads, because they're going to bring in a lot of buyer leads. A fair number of these buyer leads are also going to have a home to sell. You do this for about 2 months, your pipeline is going to be absolutely full. And especially, again, if you're going to layer it on with the AI text follow-up from Listings to Leads. So that said, all you got to do is click Create Ad. Now I can adjust the template. I can change the color. I can change the text. That could have been a video. That could have been a custom image right there. But for most people, for most of the ads that are running successfully, they're using one of the Listings to Leads templates that we've got, like you see there. And just using the default text. You really don't need to change. Now, if you want to, I can click Edit Text, go to ChatGPT, whatever I want to do, drop it in there, change it out. I can change the template here, change the image altogether, add a video. I think doing videos are awesome. Now, you don't want to do a property video. Like I wouldn't want to put a 3-minute property video here. But if you got an intro of you, in fact, we had a client that did this, an intro of you at the property, introducing the property, that could be a great video to put here. And you can just click change image video, upload your own video, and now you got a video instead. All right. Now, a couple of things. One is when your ad is running, I would say if it's coming in at more than $5 a lead, I would turn it off and I might just rerun it and see if you don't do better. Sometimes I see Rob run an ad. Now, not always, but the lead will come in like $8, $9, $10. If I just turn it off, like right here, if I just go off, come back to create ad, and just, double check the image. Maybe I change the template. So maybe I go, you know what, let me just change to this template. Maybe I change the color. Maybe it's a little bit blendy. I can click edit. Maybe some of the images aren't the greatest. I can even change the image. And so I point this out just because I don't want you wasting a lot of money on a Facebook ad. And it can be very, very easy to just rerun that ad and you're going to have a lot better results. Now, again, not always, but a lot of the times, definitely. And even better, and this is something that a lot of our really good clients get, is when your ad is running. So let's go back to, so when your ad is running and you got a really great cost per lead, you're doing really well with the ad. In fact, I did this with Gordon today. I did it with Yi today. I was looking at their ads. Gordon's got a listing. He spent, I think, over $150 now in the last week and a half, $2.14 a lead. And they're coming in like 5 to 10 a day. So we just actually upped the budget and we spent, or we put the calendar out a few days because the ad's producing so well. Like, why not keep running an ad? And so to do that, and I did that with Yi, she's got a great ad running right now, $3.20. And man, great leads. They're hitting the AI text. Yi is having conversations. So we're like, you know what? You click edit. So we're going to extend the budget and the length of time that the ad is running. Neil, does that make sense? Because we don't want to let a really good ad die out. So what we're going to do is we click the edit, go to budget, and then whatever that budget is right now, I can say, add 75. So a total of 200. And don't let it end, right? Let's extend out that date and then update it. And that way that ad won't run out and you'll keep generating. Typically, if you've got an ad that's been running for 3 or 4 days and you're coming in at around, a certain range, like low 3s, mid 3s, whatever it is, you're probably going to stay in that range for a while. So if you've got a really good ad running, you got a good cost per lead going, you got your follow-up dialed in, keep putting money down on that ad. Don't let it die out just because it's a new week, right? I would keep that ad running. And if you want to put another ad on top of it, great. If not, just put your money in that same ad, until you get tired of it or it starts not performing for you. So that is definitely something I'm going to pay attention to, because obviously the more leads we can generate, the better it's going to be. So next up here is a social media post. This is just a post, not a big thing. It's going to be on Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Instagram, Google. Definitely a good thing to do. What you're going to want to make sure that you do, though, is back at that step-by-step guide. I talked about the Instagram stories and TikTok. So we're going to go back there after I take a look at this. But these will auto-post. And let's take a look. They're definitely going to be something you want to set up, but they're not like a big lead generator. Sometimes people will say, well, the ads are generating leads, but those posts don't generate a lot of leads. Well, they're just meant to show off your listings. And they link automatically to the single property website where people can get more information. The biggest issue I have with most agents is, and I know there's something from like a couple of years ago about putting links up. I have not seen that issue since when it happened. All right. So putting a post like this, right, where you got a link to the single property website, and that way people, they don't just look at a picture, they can actually get to your property website, because at the property website, check this out. Scroll down, professional photos, 3D tour. I've got a community video. By default, you'll have your 100-point home marketing plan from listings to leads. So any of those homeowners, soon to be home sellers that are on Facebook, when you post just a picture of your listing to Facebook without a link to the property website, you're missing so much great free opportunity to engage people better. Right? Get your home value is automatically there. PDF guides are in there automatically, and people can download a guide right from the single property website. So, again, when you're posting your listings, we know that could be a pending listing. Hey, we have a new, when you post your home buyers or your home sellers, right? Congratulations on, buying their new home or selling their home. You could still put a link to the property website so people could check out the home and engage with you via the single property website. So let me know if that makes sense or if you have any questions on that. But it's just when you're posting to social media, take advantage of the property website and listings to leads. If we go back to that, the step-by-step guide. So in the overview section, if you go back there, there is a section, and let me find it, on Instagram, Facebook stories, TikToks, YouTube shorts. This is something, and you can do this every day of the week. Whether it's an image, whether it's a video clip, do a Instagram story where you've got a link. Check this out, a link to the property website right from my Instagram story. I got a poll, right? Looking to buy a home in the next 12 months. There is music playing in the background. You can do video clips. So get a video clip of the listing that you're marketing, right? Or your listing. And it's just, how can you take little pieces of content, use it more, but surround it with help, how to surround that content with value. And so here we got a link, free ultimate guide to buying a home. And so not only are we getting more opportunity to market the listing, we're putting that listing in front of more eyeballs, but we're also putting things of value from your listings to leads account. So I've got a training. So again, go to, like, for example, listingstoleads.com/just listed or /coming soon, right? Whatever status. And you'll see the Instagram, Facebook stories, TikTok, YouTube. And then here are 2 like 5-minute long videos if you don't know how to do it. All right. So every day you should be posting something to Instagram stories, something to TikTok, sharing like a link, creating a poll, and just getting more free eyeballs on that listing and on different offers that you can make to better engage people. All right. We have 2 tools for the seller. So now this is only for the listing agents. If you are borrowing a listing, you won't have this opportunity. This is one of the best opportunities for the listing agent to get in front of the seller's sphere of influence, both via email and social media. This is something that top producers love because they understand, getting this e-flyer here to the seller's sphere of influence, to get this social media post with their to the property website on the seller's Facebook page is just gold. And so what we're going to do is we're going to click the green button. I believe it's going to say add seller info. So click it, add the email, add the salutation, click send. And that's going to send the seller an email. It's going to CC you on the email so you'll know when the seller got it. And it's just going to ask the seller to put this on Facebook. Right now, you can send yourself a test email. You can see what it looks like, which I definitely recommend. So what you're going to do is send this email, but then also send the e-flyer. And then we're going to make a phone call. I'm going to walk you through the phone call. That's going to tie it all in together. And it's going to make your seller excited about sending this out. And so the e-flyer, just like the social media post, look at this, gorgeous, just rotates through the first 5 photos. People click, it's got your signature at the bottom. They go right to the property. I mean, you look amazing. I mean, it just makes you look like a pro. And oops, did I close that? All right, sorry about that. Let's go back. I closed out of that tab. All right, so I was at just listed. All right, we're doing 5530 Douglas Boulevard, the green market listing button. And we're talking about the social media post for the seller and the e-flyer for the seller. One of the best audiences that we can get in front of. And this is going to go out again when it's pending, again when it's just sold. So imagine this is part of a campaign. So when this email goes to the seller, call the seller and say something like, "Hey, Neil, this is Scott. Want to let you know we started marketing your property, and it's on Zillow, it's on Realtor.com. We got a Facebook ad. We have a lot of other great marketing going out. But in this crazy market, you likely know people who know people that would love to move to the area. And so we want to make sure that we don't miss any opportunity to get your home in front of everybody. So I sent you something to put on your Facebook page or on Facebook, and also something to share via email. Let me know if you have any questions. Typically, sellers are going to love it. If you're using the listing presentation, that would have been something that they would have seen. But this is a phenomenal way, A, to get more eyeballs on that listing, and B, to get more eyeballs on you. All right. So for the social media post, what I recommend is after the seller puts it on their Facebook page, it'll look just like this. So I would go like the post, and then I would leave a quick little comment, something just as easy as looks great. And that way you're going to be notified every time one of their friends comments on that post. And people have gotten listings from it. They get buyers from it because these people figure, well, if you're helping my friend or somebody I know, then you must be somebody that I can work with as well. So it's a phenomenal way to get some really great leads. Next up is the nearby homeowner letter. Now, this is either you're going to want to use it on your listing. You could use it for a listing where your buyer's in contract, your buyer bought a property where it's just sold. So you can do it just sold as either a listing or a selling agent. But for a listing that's for sale, typically either you're going to be the listing agent that uses this, or if you're borrowing a listing to hold open, I would use this letter. And this is all about consistency. If you can get this to the same 1 to 200 homes 2 to 3 times over the course of the listing, you're going to get results. You can door knock, you can door knock, you can mail it. There's 3 versions of this letter. They all work. I think door knocking is phenomenal. So if you got an open house coming up, door knocking with this, especially if you're going to do a neighborhood preview, you can edit the letter a little bit. I recommend if you edit this letter, keep it super light. We had somebody come in the mastermind group about a month ago, and he said, I've been using this nearby homeowner letter and I've gotten no results. And what he showed everybody was you would not even recognize what he had to this. And so somebody came in and they said, listen, we use it all the time. We regularly get listings and we don't change anything. We just leave it as is. The only time I would change this letter or edit it is really if I'm having a neighborhood preview and I want to door knock or mail, to invite the neighbors. So you can come in here where it says edit. And if you're borrowing a listing to hold open, I would just I would door knock, invite all the neighbors to the open house using this letter, because it's going to be a phenomenal way to get more of the neighbors to your open house. So to what I was saying earlier about if I'm having a neighbors only preview, I could say, well, let you know that we are having a and I can, Thursday All right, something like that. Then I can download it. And so just super, super simple. The key is you want to get this to homeowners. All right. The key is you want to get this to homeowners. Now, we've got another letter that goes with the property valuation landing pages that if you don't have a listing and you wanted to door knock a farm area, we got a lot of other things. So if you don't have a listing and you're not holding something open where you can use this letter, we have got other things that you can use in listings to leads that will let you door knock a farm area very, very effectively. So, yeah. So yeah, again, my point being, if you do want to door knock, we'll talk about the property valuation plus. Postcards, door hangers. All right. Circle prospecting script. So if you've got the list of people where you're going to mail, or you got Red X, you got My Plus leads, you're going to call through. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's one of those things, right? If you got Red X, not only do you get all the expireds, all the FSBOs, all the canceled that you can use with listings to leads. All right, we got the canceled presentations, we got the expired stuff, we've got all the FSBO stuff. So there's a lot of opportunity there to leverage a program like My Plus Leads or Red X, where you can get this kind of data. And along with it, they've got homeowner data. So I can run a list, and even if I just use my cell phone, I can call through and circle prospect my listing or the open house that I'm doing. And we got a great script. And so I think if you are, going after expireds, going after FSBOs is a phenomenal way to get more listings, especially with the tools and listings to leads. I was talking to Kelly Wheeler, and he was showing me, he ordered, I think he said 50 of the listing presentation booklet from Mailbox Power for like $5 each. I think a little bit under $5, whatever, like $5. So anyways, he ordered about 50 of them with the intent of, as new cancels or expires come through, that he'll either door knock with it or put it right in the mail. So that way he's got the stack here though, and he's able to, whenever, new expires, new cancels come through, you're going to give them a phone call, but the quicker we can really impress the heck out of them. And so taking that listing presentation for the expireds and pre-printing it and getting that ready is fun. So my point is there's a lot of use cases for that kind of data, and circle prospecting is definitely one of them. All right, we got an e-flyer for your database. It's a gorgeous email. Now we got a few other emails that I'll show you. Let me show you this one first. So beautiful 5-image slideshow showing off the property beautifully, right? We want our name associated with what I'm going to say is like good listings. So good listings, meaning whatever your audience is, whatever your kind of your business is, every single week we want a new listing associated with our name. And so using this e-flyer right here to show off that listing, linking automatically to the property website. Right below that, we let them know that when this home is sold, right, it'll affect home values and automatically going to the home value landing page. I see so many emails, and the picture pops up of a picture of the property. The images aren't linked, so it's very, very substandard. So this e-flyer, you can either send it to all of your leads in listings to leads, or there's a copy code option right here where it says copy code. A few different options. I'm going to do copy for Follow Up Boss. And just go to your CRM, pop it in, and you get just exactly as if it was in listings to leads, right? Look at that. Beautiful. We got everything is linked automatically. Got my signature. put in the subject line, get that out the door, but get that e-flyer. Uh, Gordon, hold on a second. Gordon actually sent this out, last week for a listing. And one of the leads that he had generated a couple of weeks earlier came in on to follow this home. So she clicked through the e-flyer, went to the single property website. All right, so something like this. This came up. She clicked through, and he called her and actually had a good conversation with her. So that was pretty good. All right. After we send out the e-flyer to your database, either from Listings to Leads or your CRM, call through some of them. I mean, I hear that all the time on Facebook, right? People coming up with these complicated database engagement plans when a lot of it is just call through on a regular basis. If you actually just call through your database, right? There's a lot of great things that you can do, obviously, but picking up the phone and calling them. And so every day, whether it's a listing, it could be for a PDF guide, right? It could be for a landing page, but every day there are opportunities within Listings to Leads for different database call scripts. So, but I would definitely call through my database because we want to stay in front of them, again, associated with listings in a way that is not bothersome, right? So the script is, Scott here, XYZ Realty, want to let you know that 5530 Douglas just listed. I sent you an email with the link to the property website, and I just wanted to make sure you got that. All right. It's a crazy market right now, and I just wanted to make sure to let you know about this property being for sale. Let me know if you'd like to any information on it. So super easy script. Again, it's more just really about staying in front of your database. All right. Staying visible to your database and doing it in a way that's not, cumbersome to them or to you. Short form video script. Definitely. Gordon, call, text, email, consistently had one email. They're ready to do something next 90 days. Yeah. Well, and it's funny because Kelly Wheeler came into the mastermind group and he's like, yeah, just the emails are good enough. I'm like, dude, AI text is just a no-brainer. Whether you use what you got with your CRM, you use what we have at Listings to Leads, it's an absolute no-brainer because as those leads are coming in, if it's a good phone number right away because it'll let you know that we are engaged, or it's not because they had a bad phone number. So immediately it's a good phone number, which is cool. And it's like 85 to 90% of the time, right? With all of Yee's leads at least. Gordon, what about you? Like, what's your percentage of good phone numbers? Like 75, 80? Right. But it's most of them. So anyways, and then it's engaging with them. So you don't have to have the pressure of dropping everything, right? In the past, lead generation could be such a pain because it was the whole, 5-minute rule where it's like, my God, if I didn't get in front of my lead in 5 minutes, I'm going to lose them, which is true. But now with the AI text involved, now you got something engaging with them. And I'm telling you, I seen with our AI text chat, I'm going to say we've gone up from like 11 to 12% qualification to maybe, I know it's higher, 20% maybe, I don't know. Maybe not 20, but not bad. Phone numbers are better L to L than any other views. Yeah, all 75%. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so 75% good phone numbers, getting hit by the AI. One of the key things, and this comes up a lot, which is, do I still call? Yeah. All right. To what Gordon's comment was, let the AI text initiate, feel comfortable that that's being taken care of. And I think have more confidence in your investment that you're making in paid ads. Because again, now you got like literally something happening. In Listings to Leads, we got the email follow-up, which I'll point out here in a few minutes, which is phenomenal. And calling them on the phone. So what most people do is they will still dedicate like an hour a day or whatever you need to lead follow-up. And then that's where you're going to make sure that you call through all of your leads. Because if you're not, right, a lot of this other stuff is almost, what's the point of it? Why are you doing this if you're not going to? And it's not, if you're able to have an ISA, if you're able to just do it on the fly, great. But most people need to set a time every day, 7 o'clock in the evening, 9 a.m. in the morning, whatever it is. But setting that time to make sure you're calling back these leads as you're generating them. All right. So anyways, I also mentioned short form video script. If we take a look at the other stuff that we were talking about with Instagram stories and TikTok and Gordon, right? I mean, I did that post of yours and I might actually do a video. So Gordon sent me a little video clip, vertical of a common area, like a pool to the beach of an open house that he was at last week. And he did a voice walkthrough, right? Talking about the pool, talking about the open house a little bit. Totally fine, good stuff. And that's okay. Post that up to all of your socials, but then post it without your talking. So mute the video and then put music over it and just a little bit of text like, don't you wish you had these views every day? Open house 10 to 2 p.m., right? Something like that. And get more mileage out of the same video. So Gordon, I think that's something you should definitely be doing this week as well. When you're at that open house, preload some content. You can do 5 to 10 clips, whether you're in the house, you're looking at the view, you're in the backyard, you're out front, whatever it is, that you can reuse later on in the week. So you don't have to, do the recordings and then feel like you got to post them all on that same day, right? You see what I'm saying? So when you're at the open house this week, get some good clips and then save them and we can reuse them. We can double them up just like I was talking about. So anyways, the short form video script, take a look at that. We've already gone through the property websites. There are 2 versions. I like the full screen, especially got video or even just an image. It looks beautiful. Look at that. Fully mobile responsive, very customizable. Again, I got my professional photos, 3D tour, community videos. So a lot of great marketing you can put all together. Right now, you could have sent someone to your IDX, but that doesn't normally convert that well, right? And it's not a great look. So putting people, look at that, they can access your 100-point home marketing plan. And again, this is why I want to put this link when I post to Facebook. And if you want to put a image of the flyer, you want to put a image from Canva, right, on your Facebook page, but get this link for the property website so that people can get to here, right, and get to the single property website because so much great stuff right there, in addition to the branding. All right, now one of the things, I should have gotten to this a little bit earlier. If I go back to that step-by-step write-up where we have the Instagram and TikTok stuff, if you scroll all the way down or towards right here, this is what your yard sign should look like if you're the listing agent. Now, I know there's some HOAs where you can't do this. But if you got the ability to put, just listed, active, coming soon, whatever that status is, if you got the ability to do that, you've got to do that. All right. Because that's going to get more eyeballs on that yard sign, especially when every time it changes, people are going to look at it again and go like, something's different. Oh, open house, pending, right? You probably maybe you can or can't do just sold. That's why I love pending especially. But regardless, even as active, get the status and then in listings to leads. All right. Get a yard sign. Or I should say get a sign writer to put on the yard sign. So we want to put that right below the arm. Some of the highest quality leads, you can rotate the extensions. So I got an extension here, 10001. When this listing sells, I can rotate that or reassign that extension to another listing and then take the sign writer and now put it on the other yard sign. And then that gets back to the listing flyers right above it. And I know, right? This sounds so goofy on one hand, but some of the highest quality leads will come from neighbors just walking by. Maybe it's a potential buyer, right? They saw it on Zillow. They think they really like it. They want to do a quick drive-by first, and they see there's listing flyers there. And so they grab a listing flyer, and then they see there's a QR code. There's a text code right in the listing flyer. And now they can send a text, get the property website, or they can scan the yard sign, or sign writer, excuse me, or text off the sign writer. But between the great quality buyer leads, the great quality seller leads, and it's cheaper. I mean, the sign writer is about $20-$25. You can do it locally, and then you just rotate it around to your different listings. You get a flyer box from your association for what, maybe $5 to $10. Print up 10 flyers. If the kids steal them, I've talked to agents that do this. I don't think any of them have ever told me they've had problems with people stealing flyers. So, but get your yard sign dialed in. I think the yard signs are one of the easiest places to start plugging up your lead leak. So get your yard sign dialed in. Now, if you're in an HOA where you can't do that, see what you can do. All right. But anyways, we have blog post, HTML if you whatever want it, Craigslist. We got a QR code if you want for whatever reason. Traffic report, we can set that up to go out to the seller on a regular weekly basis. Download it. Let them know what's going on. All right, looks phenomenal. Actually, we got a big update to that coming. I can't wait. And then we got the YouTube listing video. All right. For the AI text, so when you run your ad, so again, if you don't have AI text or some similar kind of system set up, and I hear some crazy numbers from people of hiring someone to do it for them. So don't spend crazy money hiring someone when, Lofty offers it plug and play. We offer it plug and play. You don't need to spend $500 to have someone set up a funnel for you. And I've heard people doing that. It's like nuts. But when you run your ad in Listings to Leads, if you're not signed up for the AI text, you'll see it right here. It'll just display right there. And then I can see conversations. I can subscribe. It's $50 a month, up to 50 leads. That would be, when you're going to do AI text, you want to get to where you're doing about 100 leads a month minimum that you're generating. But totally, you can start out here. Make sure you're going to use it. Make sure you're going to get your ads up. But the key is going to be consistency. And I'm telling you, you do this for about 2 months, you are going to see your pipeline start building. And then email follow-up. So in Listings to Leads, we've got phenomenal email follow. We got people that are actually moving CRMs. Or I shouldn't say moving CRMs, but they're changing the follow-up to be within Listings to Leads because our emails get to the inbox. So when you first sign up, there will be a seller lead follow-up, buyer lead follow-up. There will be in Spanish availability as well, so the versions in Spanish. And all you have to do is click the button. Now I can duplicate, I can edit any of these, I can change the send. So, but check this out. It's as easy as just confirming all of this. Send this campaign to existing contacts, yes. Recurring, yes. Save. And that's it. So any seller lead, in this case, because that's a seller lead campaign, any seller lead in my listings leads account, either in the past or in the future, will now be assigned to that campaign. Now, I can duplicate it. I can change tags. I can add more emails. I can, edit the current emails that are in here. So you can see I got an expired campaign. So I got a cash offer campaign. So I can add definitely more campaigns in here. And then that way, maybe I'm doing a different kind of Facebook ad or whatever it is, or it could be a landing page off of an email. And I want to tie those leads into a specific email campaign. You can totally do that. I can create custom new campaigns. But it says, just like the AI text, turning on the seller campaign, turning on the buyer campaign, it's literally as easy as just flipping that switch. And I tell you, I have seen some phenomenal feedback's not the right, responses from buyers on these. It's absolutely crazy because what we do is every other email is super short. So check this out. That's the first email. The autoresponder will be the first email. So the autoresponder for the ad, the autoresponder for the social media post, all those autoresponders are automatically set up. So you don't have to worry about those. They are editable, but for most of you, don't worry about it. But so then this is the first email for the campaign for buyers, right? Working from home. Are you working from home more these days? Would a home office or work area be good for you in a new home? I have seen 500 word responses from people because it's just a quick little thing. And if they're a buyer and they're thinking about working from home, having a home office, having an area for writing, whatever it is, and people will give a really involved response there. I've seen phenomenal responses. What's your neighborhood wish list? People responding back what they want in a neighborhood. And then every other email is offering a PDF guide. So we integrate all of the PDF guides and listings to leads into the email follow-up. And in fact, we also integrate that into the AI text follow-up a little bit as well, where when people don't respond after a while, what we do is we offer them a guide. So imagine a lead comes in off of an ad and the AI text will respond, are you interested in more information about this property or are you just browsing? Something like that. And it'll go through. But imagine the lead doesn't respond for like 2 to 3 days. We start offering different things like, would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? Would you like my free guide on home buying in any season, right? Or 25 insider secrets of home buying. And if they say yes, then we automatically send them the guide from listings to leads. So really, 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 really awesome ways to engage these leads as they're coming in, both via the AI text system, all right, automatically following up with the Facebook leads, but also the email, all done from within listings to leads. The easiest setup, like I just showed you, it's literally just clicking the switch on both. And for the AI text, you'll go through, you'll select a name of your agent. So Alex is popular. You'll see how it's going to refer to you, that you can edit that. And the beauty of it is just the simplicity. You don't have to connect anything. You don't need to do anything. All you need to do is select a name, confirm your name essentially, click, save or whatever it is. And then the next lead that comes in is going to be connected with it. All right. And then real quick tip, once you engage, or at any time, you'll always get notified when they engage. First of all, you'll be notified when the AI text engages. So you'll get notified. And then you'll be notified anytime the lead responds. So you'll get an email with a link right to the conversation. And so if the lead says, for example, yeah, I would like a list of price reduced homes for sale. Then it will talk, the AI will ask like, what location, price range. They'll try to get more information and then let you know, all right, when the person is done. But the person may say, or the AI text may say, would you like PDF guide? Let's just go to the guides because it'll rotate like through 4 or 5 of them. Excuse my voice is going. I was dealing with a really bad cold last week. And so we got buyer guides for the buyer leads, seller guides for the seller leads. And so it might offer would you like a free guide, The Secret to Buying a Home in Any Season, or 6 things to check before buying a home? And if the lead says yes in the AI text, it'll automatically send that person that guide from your account. So all branded to you and everything. You'll be notified, right? So you'll get an email that'll say, hey, Neil, Scott Pierce requested the guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. We've already sent it to him. We told them that you would be reaching out with more information. All right. So yeah, the AI text just now, if you got something in your CRM, use yours. I just want you to do what is easiest and scalable, because that's really the key thing. I mean, it's one thing to set up these systems that really almost grind you down, right? And that's not what we want. I don't want a system that's going to grind me down. I want a system that's going to, generate leads, get me in front of more people, allow me to follow up easy, right? Allow me to engage the leads at a higher level. And that's why, again, our emails, the email follow-up, they hit the inbox most of the time. I shared with you a few examples of some of the interesting responses that people get from them, which are really cool. Again, the AI text, I can tell you, in fact, let me see here. I will log into her account and I will show you more of a real world. Now, I can't go to her leads page, but we can talk through it. So she's got a couple of ads run. So, $361 a lead. And you see here, $126 spent, $250 total budget. So I think that's when I put more money in behind today. And then down payment assistance coming in at $5 each, which is phenomenal. And then another ad, $348. So it's the same listing, but we're doing a 2-1 buy down approach. And we use a video. That's just from Grok, where I took the main image of the property and I told Grok, create a video of me walking to the front door. I had run another, this listing, if you look over here. So when I first ran an ad for this listing, and I think this is instructive for people just because, there's a lot, when somebody says a Facebook ad, that can mean a lot of things, right? That can mean a lot of things. So this ad was the first one, and notice the front of the house, kind of weird, that like left side. And you can tell the right side is actually kind of attractive. And this ad was not good. It came in like $15, no leads. And I remember when I was running the ad, I was like, ugh, all right, I don't know, because that's just a weird kind of an image of a home. So then we did the next one, and I kind of finally paid attention to what I was doing. And I chose an image of the property where it swung around a little bit. So now I'm over here, and this one produced a lot better. So this one came in at $347 a lead, 37 leads, $125. And I tell you, these are been really good. It's interesting. This is in Sacramento, California. Man, this listing over here in Elk Grove, couldn't get anything on that listing. And then back to this listing, right? 348, 361. Really good numbers. So anyways, this ad right here, for both of them, I keep extending the budget like I shared earlier. And I extend the ad ending date, like I mentioned, and I walked through that. These are connected to the AI text follow-up. So as these leads are coming in, they're engaging with the AI text, and Yi is having multiple conversations a night from the leads generated. Right? She calls, I believe right now, she calls leads 3 times and then doesn't call them back again. She'll rely on the email for follow-up. Now she may change that. I think she's she may go to a 30-day call schedule. I'm not sure, but I know we were talking about that a little earlier. All right, any questions? We walked through marketing a listing, yours or borrowed, so that we're going to generate fresh new leads. We're going to engage our database. We can have an opportunity to get into the farm, do some door knocking, do a mailing, do circle prospecting in the farm area. If you don't have a listing to market or an open house to market, we have in fact, let me show you. You could use any. I'll tell you, if I wanted to go door knocking, I'm in a lender account and I don't have a listing. So let's say, I did an open house last week. I used the nearby homeowner letter to invite the neighbors, or I do it this week. But then in a couple of weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I want to go door knocking or mailing again. What am I going to send or do? The listing presentation, we got a lot between the PDF guides. So if I go to listing presentation, I go, print flyer. Yeah. That looks nice. Right? So if you've got a listing that you're marketing this week and you want to have a door knocking opportunity, like I mentioned, between the print flyer for the property evaluation landing pages, the print flyer for the iBuyer cash offer landing pages, the print flyers in postcards and door hangers for all the PDF guides. There's a lot of opportunity for hitting that farm. And let's end it where I'll go to PDF guides. Let me go to the thumbnail. And if I just pick a guide, here we go, a downsizing guide for homeowners. That could be a good one. In fact, this is if you haven't used this funnel yet, I would definitely recommend this funnel. All right. And it doesn't have to even be the paid. It can be, do the social media, do the short form video for it, send the e-flyer to your database. And this is something I think with the guides, you want to do this every week at a minimum. All right. And then here, as I was mentioning, we got a print flyer. All right. So a lot of really cool things that you can use for door knocking, for mailing, right? Postcards and door hangers. If you're using like Mailbox Power, Thanks.io, one of the things that I would do is, if I'm doing a mailing to a neighborhood, is use their dynamic image and dynamic QR code features, so that every postcard that goes out will have the homeowner's home right on the postcard, and then the QR code, so that when the homeowner scans it, you're going to get notified right away. So you'll know, right? You'll know when somebody scans it, and then the recipient is going to be looking at their home right on the postcard. And then you got the QR code. It'll automatically download the guide. You'll be notified. So yeah, the PDF guides, the one for the listing presentation. If I go back to listings, right? Listing presentation here that we were looking at. This one, in fact, let me scan that one. I feel like I haven't scanned that flyer. Oh, sweet. Yeah, nice. Goes right to the page where I can download. Awesome. All right. Why, if your database not allow, how can you send it? Send what, Neil? Like an e-flyer? If you're talking about the e-flyer for your database for your listing, yeah, what you can do is, and I showed it in Follow Up Boss. So if I got a listing and e-flyer for your database. So right here is copy. I can do copy FUB, copy code with signature. I'm using Follow Up Boss. So if I select that, go to my CRM, right? Go to navigate to where I'm going to do an email blast. And then in Follow Up Boss, I click where it says insert HTML, pop that in there. And there we go. Got the cool slideshow. Oh, awesome. Cool. All right, Neil. Thank you. That's awesome. Good to hear. But yeah, did that answer your question then? For the photos, you know, this is something I just recommend, period. It'll make everything look a lot better, but it'll make the potential home buyers and people looking at your marketing happier as well. And that is, give me your first your best 5 photos first. All right. Don't wait until the entire end of all of this to show me that beautiful backyard or, you know, sitting area, right? Why would you do that? Now, typically I like to show the best kitchen. We got the front of the house, the best kitchen, a nice living room, and then I want to see something maybe from the backyard or another prominent feature of the property. And you know, this home is whatever. I mean, it's nice. For sure, it's nice. But you know, this backyard is gorgeous. So I want to highlight it. And in fact, I'm gonna do it like that. So we're gonna, in the edit section, go to photos, drag the first 5 photos are, and I should completely do a short video on this, because this is really important, I believe, because so many times, and it gets so annoying, there'll be like 65 photos, and the 6 photos of like the pool and the beautiful backyard, I got to click 50 times to get to them. Everybody, you guys get what I mean? It is so annoying. So now if I go to market listing and I go to e-flyer for your database, that's going to look better. So I should have, yeah, nice, right? Versus front of the house, kitchen, bedroom, right? Like you see with most people. With most listings, it's, I got to go through, all right, front of the house. There may be 2 or 3 more of different angles. Okay, whatever. If needed, cool. But 9 times out of 10, it's not. And then I got to go through 7 pictures of the kitchen, 9 pictures of the living room, right? Versus give me a quick snapshot up front, tease me into the features of this property, Don't bore me, all right, with the first 10 photos being, just the front and the kitchen. All right. Thank you everybody for joining us. If you have any questions, get to the mastermind group or get with our support team. We'll talk to you soon.